On 21st August 2023, His Excellency Engineer David Nweze Umahi stepped into the cockpit of power as Nigeria's Honorable Minister of Works. On assumption of office, the minister immediately resumed inspection of ongoing federal projects across some states of Nigeria to ascertain the conditions of completed and abandoned federal road projects in the states. The minister's inspection visits were also intended to give him first-hand view of the state of the projects in order to determine the projects that require immediate intervention by the federal government. Engineer Umahi, a former governor of Ebonyi State, started the inspections with visits to Kogi State, North Central, Kaduna State, Northwest, before heading to several states in southwest Nigeria. Recently, the inspection train of the minister touched the shores of South Nigeria, where he inspected various projects in the 6 states that make up the region. These states include Edo, Delta, Bayelsa, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, and Cross Rivers. The minister's inspection visits at the South states lasted between 17th and 22nd of September 2023. Engineer Umahi began with the inspection of Section 2 of Lokoja Bini Road, which cut across Obajana Junction Bini along Okene Auchi by Kogi, Edo State, handled by Mothercat Limited. On arrival, the minister was received by the Director Highways South of the Ministry of Works, Engineer Ogbuagu, the Federal Controller of Works in Edo State, Engineer Babatunde Hassan, and representatives of the construction firm Levent Company Nigeria Limited, among other officials. Like officials of other government agencies, the Director Highways South Zone of the Ministry of Works, Engineer Ogbuagu, accompanied the minister throughout the period of the inspection visits across the 6 states that make up the South region of Nigeria. Speaking during the inspection, Engineer Umahi asked the construction company to use only concrete in the construction of the road.
I've directed that all projects must stop and be redesigned on concrete. The truth is that there is none of this road built from Abuja to Benin that will last the next 5 years. That is the truth. And that is very, very unfortunate.
The minister later proceeded to Section 3 of the Lokoja Bini Road, cutting across Obajana Junction Bini along Auchi Eho, handled by Dantata and Sawo Construction Nigeria Limited. He proffered some recommendations to the project manager for Dantata and Sawo Construction Nigeria Limited in order to oversee some challenges with the project.
They should order their machine but the shoulders 2.75 and 1.5 they can do with mixers, while the 7.3 will wait until they have machine.
The minister also inspected Section 2 of Sapele Ewu Road, which cut across Abo Ewu in Edo Delta States and handled by construction giants Setraco Nigeria Limited. Other roads inspected during the visit include Ubiaja Ahiebu Road, with 3 spurs in Edo State being constructed by CCECC Nigeria Limited, Section 4 of Lokoja Bini Road, cutting across Obajana Junction Bini along Eho Bini City, being dualized by the RCC Nigeria Limited, and the 25-kilometer Bini Adumabe Eba Akure Road. The following day, the minister continued his inspection at the Section 1 of the Bini Sapele Wari Road, which is being constructed by Levent Company Nigeria Limited under the Road Infrastructure Development and Refurbishment Investment Tax Credit Scheme. The minister was also received by a community group known as Sapele Road Bypass Access Group, led by their Secretary General, Moses Omo Sagide. Speaking during the inspection, Engineer Umahi said the ministry will redesign the road with concrete pavement instead with the usual asphalt.
I directed them immediately to maintain the road. They should maintain the road. We are redesigning the road irrespective of the fact that I've gotten advance payment. We are redesigning the roads on concrete pavement.
The minister said the ministry decided to use only concrete in road construction to save costs and ensure long-lasting of the roads.
So they are going to do this. And contractors do not expose the subgrade, the subbase, the base course to traffic compaction. Most of the time we don't do compaction tests or what we call penetration tests. These are the reasons why our roads are failing. If you do a road and you allow the subgrade, subbase and base course to be exposed to traffic movement, then you get the required consolidation before you put your pavement. These are the problems. We also have a contracted bitumen.
He equally inspected the Section 2 of the road being jointly handled by two construction firms, Guild Construction Limited and Reactor Construction Company, and also emphasized the need to switch to the use of concrete in road constructions in the region.
Even if I give you concrete at 200,000 per meter cubed, if I multiply by 0.2, then this is 40,000 per meter cubed. Compared to this 64. And yet this will fail. Is that correct? So I'm not allowing further asphalt work on the road. It's all concrete.
At various times during the inspection, the minister took his time to speak to representatives of the construction companies on how best to build the roads. Done with the inspections of projects in Edo State, the minister headed to Delta State to inspect the dualization of the 110.63 kilometers Sapele-Ewu Road in the state, being handled by CGC Limited. Section 1 of the road connects Sapele to Abo in the state. The Honorable Minister was received by the Governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Sheriff Oboriwori, who was represented by the Deputy Governor. The Federal Controller of Works in Delta State, Engineer Matthew Oga, was also on ground to receive the Minister alongside the State Commissioner for Works, Highways and Urban Roads, Honorable Charles Anyago. At the inspection, Engineer Umahi spoke on the directive given to him by President Bola Tinubu about the road construction.
President asked me to come and inspect the roads and see what immediate relief we can give to the people while the major construction will start immediately. And that is what we are doing.
The minister also spoke on why he decided to personally inspect the roads instead of sending representatives.
And you may not understand until you come on the road by yourself. If I'm in the office, it's difficult to understand.
He also spoke on the plans to ensure use of concrete in road constructions and converting asphalt roads to concrete roads in the nearest future.
I've looked at the roads built presently going on asphalt. None of the roads from Abuja to Benin down to Warri can last, for the next 3-4 years. It's impossible. But we're trying to imbibe the new construction method and new pavement method. And after that, we can go back to the rest that is already constructed and see what we can do. At least they can hold on for the next, 1 or 2 years. This is a huge tax. But I'm very sure that God has remembered Nigeria by reason of our president.
Speaking during the inspection, the Delta State Governor, Right Honorable Oboriwori, represented by his deputy, Sam Monday Onyeme, assured the minister of total support of the state government in the project.
We want to assure you that Delta State will give you all this cooperation and support that you needed to accomplish this task.
Engineer Umahi used the occasion to encourage state governors to partner with the federal government in road construction as a means of boosting economic activities in their states.
And I want to encourage state governors to participate in our new program, HDMI, which is Highway Development and Management Initiative. We have the green field, we have the brown field. Brown field is where we have completed a project, a road, completely or partially. You can take it up. So the state government is a corporate entity and so can be an investor. So there's nothing wrong with a state government partnering with us. Even if we are to raise bond, we can raise bonds to build this road.
Responding, the Delta State Governor, Right Honorable Oboriwori, expressed his administration's readiness to partner the federal government in road constructions in the state.
Board and what you have just said, Delta State is ready to partner with federal government to make our roads what we dreamt it to be.
The minister equally urged big companies to support the federal government in road construction and maintenance by paying road tax to the government.
Like the big haulage companies, and big companies like Boa, Dangote, Lafarge, let them pay road tax.
On his part, the Federal Controller of Works in Delta State, Engineer Matthew Oga, highlights the benefits of the minister's inspection visit.
It's good because the inspection is going to motivate the contractors to get serious with their work.
The minister also inspected the reconstruction of Bini Sapele Warri Road Section 3, which connects Ibada Elume Warri Road and the 28-kilometer Nigeria Ports Authority DSC road in the state. The Section 3 of the road, constructed under the Road Infrastructure Development and Refurbishment Investment Tax Credit Scheme, is being handled by Sketch Nigeria Limited. Also inspected by the minister was the Section 2 of the East-West Road, which is being dualized by construction giant Setraco Nigeria Limited. The section of the road, which merges 54 kilometers, commenced from Ahwada in Rivers State and ended in Kiama in Kwara State. Addressing Setro Nigeria Limited project manager, Engineer Umahi commended the construction firm for the efforts on East-West Road, saying they are known as a reputable company in road construction. The minister urged the company to ensure that they adopt the use of concrete in road pavement, stressing that President Tinubu has directed that all roads must be built on concrete.
I'll be suggesting to Setraco reputable for road construction. There is no going back since Mr. President has directed our roads to be built on concrete. So there is no agency that can work against that.
He later made some suggestions to the Setraco project manager for consideration in the road. On arrival in Bayelsa State, Engineer Umahi headed to Yenugua Road Junction, Kolo Otoke Bayelsa Palm in the state for inspection. The minister was received by the Federal Controller of Works in Bayelsa State, Engineer Patrick Neji, and the project manager of CCECC Nigeria Limited, which is the company dualizing the 20-kilometer roads. Engineer Umahi, after inspecting the road projects, issued directives to the construction firm on how best to build the road. He equally inspected Yenegua Okaki Kolo Road in Bayelsa State, which is being constructed by Eneco Nigeria Limited. When Engineer Umahi arrived River State, he continued inspection of the dualization of East-West Road Section 2-2, which spanned from Ahoda to Kayama, handled by renowned construction giants Setraco Nigeria Limited. He also breezed to Section 2-1 of the 47-kilometer East-West Road, which commenced from Port Harcourt, Ahoda in Rivers State. The project manager of Setraco Nigeria Limited provided the minister with details of the road project and updates of the progress recorded so far. Again, the minister hailed Setraco Nigeria Limited for their expertise in construction works.
Which they have done 11 bridges, excellent, beautiful bridges they have done. I gave them a vote of confidence and I approve the work. If they bring any paper on that, they will be paid.
The Enugu-Port Harcourt Express Section 4 was also inspected by the minister. The road, which commenced from Aba to Port Harcourt and measuring 41 kilometers, is handled by CCECC Limited. The project manager provided the minister with details of the road project and level of progress recorded so far.
Start the work from this LMA junction to there is one bridge, and up to now we complete 90 kilometers of the total length. And the reason why we start from here is that this section is around 10 kilometers. Is the worst section from Aba to Port Harcourt.
Responding, Engineer Umahi expressed fear that the road might collapse because it was constructed with asphalt. The minister, however, directed the construction company to return to work immediately and redesign the remaining works on concrete.
Paid 18 billion. I direct him to return to site immediately. We're supposed to have done a total of 12 kilometers. And you say you are even owing you another 5 billion. So I direct you to return to site.
He spoke on the alleged blackmail and attacks from the contractors and civil servants against the Works Ministry over the insistence on the use of concrete.
Civil servants are the ones that are satisfying payments. Most of them have joined contractors on the mission of blackmail against me.
He also spoke on the conditions that must be met before contractors can be allowed to use asphalt.
If you are going to do asphalt, please continue with asphalt, but give us performance bond that this road will not fail within the shelf life design of the project. Don't tell us bullshit that the road is being overloaded. There is nothing like that. I want Nigerians to know.
Engineer Umahi also visited Section 3 of the 15 kilometers Eleme Junction, Port Harcourt to Oneport Junction, which is being upgraded by RCC Nigeria Limited. The minister directed the project manager and officials of the construction company on the best approach to build the road to avoid breakdown. He further inspected the Bodoboni Road and bridges handled by renowned construction giants Julius Berger. At the site, the minister again rejected the use of asphalt in the road construction and insisted that concrete must be used in all road constructions, especially in the South region.
The option is that we are changing to reinforced concrete. And we can go to Lagos, Apapa Ocean, and look at what items Dangote is doing. And, for 100 years, nothing will happen to it.
In Akwa Ibom State, Engineer Umahi was received by the state governor, Umo, represented by the state deputy governor of the state, who appealed to the minister to consider expediting works on some awarded but abandoned federal projects in the state. The minister later proceeded to inspect the dualization of Section 4 of the East-West Road, which commenced from Eket to Orun Road in the state. The project is being handled by Gito Construction Nigeria Limited. Like in other projects, the minister asked the construction firm to use concrete among other recommendations.
Drainage on both sides, then come and put 20 cm stone base, allow traffic again, then after that you now start to put your concrete.
Other roads projects in the state inspected by the minister included the construction of 9.75 kilometer Eket bypass to Section 4 by Gito Construction Nigeria Limited, the reconstruction of Abak Eberakwa Eket Ikot Abasi Road by the CCECC Nigeria Limited, an outstanding portion of the dualization of Udumbani 2, also by the CCECC Nigeria Limited. Others were the dualization of Udupani Itu Road, Itu Ikote Bene by JBN PLC, the dualization of the outstanding portion of Calabar Udupani Itu Ikote Bene Road in Cross River State by Semach Nigeria Limited, and the dualization of Udupani Itu Road, Ikote Bene Lot 2 Itu Ikote Bene Road in Akwa Ibom State by JBN PLC. The minister addressed the construction companies on methods of construction to avoid speedy collapse of the project after completion.
Bad material, use sharp sand, put drainage here, drainage contains sharp sand, then put your 20 cm distance.
The Federal Controller of Works of the Ministry in Akwa Ibom State expressed confidence that the minister's visit would bring a new dimension to the quality of the project given the peculiar nature of the state.
It's something that cannot fit all regions because the regions are different. Like here is a serious rain zone. Definitely what works in the north, I've worked several years in the north, what works in the north definitely will not work for a place like Akwa Ibom. So it is actually very thoughtful of the minister to look at this concrete thing, most especially for regions that have heavy rainfall. I think it will do us a lot of good because to save our roads from quick collapses and all that.
When Engineer Umahi arrived Calabar, the Cross River State capital, he was received by government officials and the Federal Comptroller of Works in the state, Engineer Jimu Moshood Olawale. The minister later headed to Calabar Urban Ekpang, Cameroon Border Road, including bridges in the Cross River State handled by Setraco Nigeria Limited. He commended Setraco Nigeria Limited for slicing the road, which he noted would reduce compensations.
One thing is that we are slicing the road, so it will cut down on our compensation.
At the rehabilitations of Calabar Ogeb Ogoja Castina Ala Road Section 1 in Cross River State, which cuts across Ikot Okbara Junction, the minister expressed satisfaction with the Semach Nigeria Limited for an excellent work.
It's fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
There's an indigenous contractor. We're very, very proud of what he's doing.
Thank you, sir.
And I want more indigenous contractors to come up and they can come and learn from Samatech.
Other road projects inspected by the minister in the state included the rehabilitation of Alessi Ogeb Road, handled by the Semach Nigeria Limited, and the construction of Itijidi Bridge and approach roads in the state. The inspection of federal projects in the south region of Nigeria may have ended, but the benefits from the visits will certainly bring smiles on the faces of millions of road users across the country and the regions.